Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to Hirakata City in Osaka Prefecture. We are here at Kuzuha Station. You can see this is KH24 on the Keihan Main Line, and we are between Makino Station, which would be toward Osaka, and Hashimoto Station, which would be on Yawata City in Kyoto Prefecture. So going in that direction, you would go to Kyoto City. So just across the street there on the other side, you can see the golf course. That is Kuzuha Golf Links. And then on the other side of the golf course is the Yodo River. And then on the other side of the river would be maybe Shimamoto, maybe, in Osaka Prefecture, and then the mountains in the distance. So here comes a train now. And that's the Limited Express. And there's the premium car. Premium car, I think, is about 350 yen extra. You're guaranteed a really nice, comfortable seat. So here we are. It's a pretty busy station. So here we can see lines 1 and 2, which is where I am. This will be line 2 here to the right, line 1 to the left. Both of these go towards Kyoto. And then on the other side, that would be lines 3 and 4 going toward Osaka. So here the local semi-express, sub-express, the commuter sub-express, the local, the semi-express, the express, the midnight express, rapid express, commuter rapid express, the liner limited express, they all stop here. So nearly every train between Osaka and Kyoto would stop right here. So again, we are between Makino Station and Hashimoto Station. So here's where you can get the premium car, the tickets. And it's a cashless machine. There it is. You can pay with credit card or your Ikoka card, Suica card. You can pay with your phone, QR code. And here are the timetables. And this is going toward Kyoto. So a lot of trains. This would be for Saturdays and holidays. And there it is. So this train station opened back in 1910 on April 15th. And then in 1971 on June 20th, they actually moved this station about 300 meters toward Osaka, which is where we are now. And they made this an express stop. So all the express trains started stopping here in 1971. And you're going to see very soon Kuzuha Mall. It originally opened on April 1st, 1972, and then it was renovated, and it had a reopening in 2005. And then finally in 2003, on September 6th, this became a limited express stop. So again, nearly every train between Osaka and Kyoto stop here. It's a very convenient place to live, to commute to Osaka and Kyoto to work. So I think that's about it for the inside of the station. So now let's go outside this station and look around. Okay, I'm very sorry. I forgot one more piece of information, which might be interesting for some people, but just one more final statistic here about Kuzuha Station. Back in 2018, 59,185 people pass through this train station in one day. So we can say about 60,000 people pass through this station every day. And comparing that to back to 1961, it was only 1,560. So we can see from 1961 up to the current state, to the current time, that this area has grown exponentially. So we can see that for Kuzuha Station, and we can also see that for Hirakata City in general and Hirakata Station as well. So anyway, just some final information I want to give you before we go outside the station and explore around the area. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so now we are walking outside the station here. So you can see there are quite a few places here to eat. All the way down to the end of the hallway down there. So lots of places to eat here. Any kind of food that you want, from ramen, kushikatsu, Japanese food, Italian food, udon. And then they got bookstores and a travel agency. And so here it is. This is Kuzuha Mall. This is the big thing to see here at the station. This is Kuzuha Mall, and it's very, very big. It is a complex of several different buildings. You can see there's a really nice plaza out here. And it's a very beautiful day today. 65 degrees Fahrenheit. I think it's about 18 degrees Celsius. Some people sitting out on the benches, enjoying the beautiful weather on this Monday afternoon. And so here's the entrance. This is the main entrance to the Keihan Kuzuha Station. Here. And so this is kind of a transportation hub. Of course, in Hirakata City, there's Hirakata Station, and then this is probably the number 2 most important train station in Hirakata City. And so in addition to the trains, you got the bus terminal here. So if you can't come here by train, there's so many different bus routes that come here. So you can see they got different platforms And this is the Keihan bus. And maybe one of the most important routes is bus number 39, which would be right over there. That would be platform number 5. And bus number 39 runs between here and Hirakata Station. So of course you can take the train, but if you want to go through town and get off somewhere between the stations, then bus number 39 would be a good option for you. But as you can see, just tons and tons of stores and restaurants, shopping, dining. Got some nice flowers here. And just tons of banks. Here's the Mitsui Sumitomo Ginko, the bank. So of course it's not super busy right now. This is just a Monday afternoon. But we're going to take a walk around the station. And I am not going to go into the mall itself. But it is a very nice mall. And in Japan, shopping malls are still really, really big. They're very popular. A lot of people go there. And you can see this one is very modern looking. It's very new. Very good design, architecture. So they're not falling to pieces or just completely deserted like they are in most places in the US. So Japanese malls have done a really good job to compete with online shopping. And so this is a good example here. So like I said, we're not going to go into the mall itself, but we will walk through this dining street. This is kind of like a gourmet restaurant, and I think you'll be able to see. But it's a pretty nice place to come and eat. They do both lunch and dinner. Here you can see some of the stores. And these are really popular stores in Japan. Uniqlo, of course. Toys R Us is still in business here in Japan. And Toho Cinemas. They've got 10 screens here. And then Edion is one of the largest electronics stores in Japan. Zebio Sports Express is one of the big sports stores, obviously. And then Nitori, the green sign here on the bottom left, is kind of like IKEA. It's like a cheap but high quality furniture and home store. So these restaurants we're about to see, they actually change quite frequently. So I think this is a new restaurant actually. It's called Mother Moon Cafe. And it was established in Kobe in 1993. But this is a farm-to-table restaurant. And it looks really nice. And they have outdoor dining. Which is really good right now. Beautiful weather. So there it is. And then here's the Tokyo Sundub. And it looks like a Korean, maybe. Bibimbap, maybe? Of course, there's a Starbucks everywhere. And this is a Chinese restaurant. And of course, the Chinese food here in Japan looks very different from the Chinese food in the US, for example. Which this is probably closer to the original Chinese than it is in the US. And this place here, I think this is a buffet. And again, I think it's all organic food. Lots of vegetables and meat. And this place is really good. I've been here before. Katsukura. And they're famous for their tonkatsu. And maybe you know, but in Japan, this plastic food is really, really popular to set it outside the restaurant, and people can see what the food looks like. And it looks real, but it's actually just plastic. So this place is huge. It's kind of like a city within a city. There are two levels here, so restaurants everywhere. It's another restaurant. It looks closed. And then this place, pasta and apple pie. And more plastic food. This place has everything from fish, lots of fish, but of course chicken, beef, rice, vegetables, tempura, katsu. So again, this is called Dining Street. And so again, the station is right there, just straight ahead. And on the other side of the station is a golf course, actually. And you probably saw that earlier. But and then on the other side of the golf course is the Yodo River. And then over here, this is also Kuzuha Mall. So this is the annex building over here. So this is where the cinema is, Toho Cinemas. And again, you can see there's a shoe store, ABC Mart. There's a Mr. Donut. There's KFC. I know Uniqlo is over there. Nitori is over there. Adion, there you can see. Adion, Uniqlo, Zebio Sports, Toys R Us, Babies R Us. And so it's connected to the main building with this pedestrian overpass right here. And so Kuzuha Mall, let's see, it was originally built in 1972. It opened on April 1st, 1972. But then it was renovated in 2005. On April 14th it opened, kind of like a reopening in 2005. So it has the Keihan department store, it has a Izumiya, Dai, of course Toho Cinemas with 10 screens, and the dining street that we just saw. So here you can see, here's the Kuzuha Mall, Keihan department store, Izumiya, Aeon food style, the dining street. Of course, Zara and Muji are very popular stores. So they have a lot of really big stores and shops that you can expect to see at a shopping mall. You can see there, this is the first stop on the bus. So you can get on the bus just outside of the train station, or you can just walk outside the mall here and get on the bus. This is Seijo-ishi, which is a like a foreign import grocery store, and it's really good. And so about that public golf course that I mentioned earlier, it's called Kuzuha Golf Links, and it opened back in 1957. It's an 18-hole course, par 70, and it's very close to the Yodo River. And it held over 26 international professional tournaments, and nowadays it just it hosts the some national competitions. So you can see some hair salons. And here it is. Kuzuha Mall. So we're going to take a walk from here over to Kuzuha Central Park, and we're just going to see a few blocks here around the station, and we will end the video over in Central Park. So some other things that you can see here in Kuzuha. Hirakata City Hall has a branch here in the northern part of Hirakata City. Of course, there's a library here in the Kuzuha area. There are so many banks, as you can see, just in every direction. Many different banks. Of course, there's a post office, a life support center, medical care mall, Keihan. I'm not sure what Keihan is, but that's here as well. And then for education, not very far from here is the Osaka Dental University. And also there's the Osaka Institute of Technology and Setsunan University here in Hirakata, the Hirakata campus. And then there's also Kuzuha Rose Town. And I couldn't find a lot of information about it, but I think it's kind of a redevelopment center, or they've redeveloped an area, kind of made it a residential area. But the pictures that I could find online, it just looked like an average place. So I don't think it's necessary to actually go there. And then also I made a video for Kusuba Shrine. And Kusuba Shrine is one of the Hirakata Hake, one of the 8 scenic spots of Hirakata. And that's actually where the emperor lived. And that's really ancient history. But this was actually the capital of all of Japan for about 5 years. And so it's a little bit far from the station. It's too far to walk. But you can easily jump on a bus here at the station, and you can be there in about 10 or 15 minutes by bus. So this is all here, not too far from the station. And then another landmark I want to show you is this really tall building here. You can see it's very, very tall. And that's called Kuzuha Tower City. And actually there are a lot of towers here. A lot of tall apartment buildings. They call them mansion in Japanese, which would be mansion in English. Of course, we wouldn't say that. It's more like a condominium or a condo. And so these are really, really popular, especially in the big cities. In Tokyo, Osaka, you'll see a lot of these, especially close to the station, like here in Kuzuha. It's kind of like a commuter town. So a lot of people live here, and then they'll jump on the train and they'll go to either Kyoto or Osaka and work, and then come back here. So it's only 23 minutes from here to downtown Kyoto in Sanjo. And then going to Yodoyabashi in Osaka, downtown Osaka, is only 31 minutes away by train. So it's a very convenient place to live. And it's probably much cheaper than living in downtown Osaka or Kyoto. And this is the northernmost station in Osaka Prefecture. We're super, super close to Kyoto Prefecture. And in fact, in my video for Kusaba Shrine, I actually showed the border with Osaka Prefecture and Kyoto Prefecture. Yeah, here's the post office. Okay, so it looks like they're doing some construction, but right here, here's the sign for the Hirakata Hakke, and this is the Kuzuha Jinja here. So I made a video of this, and I went there and walked around. So if you're interested in that, please check out that video. There's some information in Japanese. Yeah, here's another Hirakata Hakke, and again, I'm making the videos of the Hirakata Hakke, and this is Yamada Ike Koen, the park, and you can see the reflection of the moon off of a Yamada Ike pond. So Hirakata is quite proud of their Hakke, the 8 scenic spots, and so I've been going around making a video at all 8 of those spots. So I've never been to this park, so let's go in and check it out together. It's a really beautiful day. So I'm sure a lot of those people who live in those apartment buildings there, on a day like today, they'll come down and enjoy being outside. It's literally just across the street. Got a little waterfall here. So I don't have a lot of information about this park. The only thing that I know is that it's actually a kind of a famous cherry blossom viewing spot. And so It's a little bit early for the cherry blossoms, but actually they opened yesterday in Tokyo. And they are projected to start opening this week here in the Kansai area. So there's the tower building. So just a little information about the Kuzuha Tower City. That was built in 2004. And in total there are 4 towers. And the tallest one is 41 stories high. And it's 138 meters, which would be about 454 feet high. And at the time when it was built, it was the tallest earthquake-proof condominium in the world. That was at that time in 2004, so I don't know if it still holds the record. But yeah, of course, everything has to be earthquake-proof in Japan. We know earthquakes will happen. And so it's just important. Japan has really strict rules and laws about building code. So yeah, it's not a huge park, but it is big enough to be in nature. And then over there, you can see that's where the wisteria would grow, which would be probably in May, early May, maybe wisteria, and Fujibana in Japanese. So anyway, I guess that's just a quick look around Kuzuha Station. A lot of kids are out playing, and they're kind of staring at me, wondering why I'm filming here in this park. Okay, so anyway, I think this is going to be the end of the video. This is Kuzuha Station in Hirakata City, and I hope it was interesting for you to see not just the city center of Hirakata Station, but also here in Kuzuha. And it almost feels like a different city. And maybe a long time it was, but today this is a part of Hirakata, and it's the probably the second busiest train station here in Hirakata City in Osaka Prefecture. So lots to see here. Of course, lots of shopping at Kuzuha Mall, lots of dining, and just looks like a very peaceful place to live. And it's very convenient to get up to Kyoto or Osaka, so you can live here and work in either of those cities. So again, this is Kuzuha Station, and anyway, I'm going to continue making videos of all the train stations here in Hirakata City. So that's all for this time, and again, if you like this video, please click like, leave a comment down below. It doesn't matter, Japanese or English, and yeah, please subscribe, and I'll continue making videos. And if there's something you want to see, please let me know, and I'd be happy to make one of those videos for you to show you what life looks like here in Japan. Okay, see you next time.